Family, how's everyone doing? When you come in here, let me know if you can hear me. Let's just do this sound test, see how it's sounding. And we about to build today. Sending y'all love, sending y'all wholeness, much love. How's everyone doing out there? It's gonna, let the people come in, but I give thanks for all of y'all for tuning in, for being here, for supporting me, and just for being on your path and going through your journey and taking that, making those steps and taking those steps necessary for us to grow, because we must focus on self first, and we must do the work for us to grow so we can help others. And for y'all to be here on YouTube right now, you had to have searched for some content. You had to have searched for some things, and that just shows that you're interested. You want to build, you want to learn, you want to grow, and I'm sending y'all love. I love knowing that I have this community out there. How you doing, Stacy? Let me know how the sound is. Yeah, we're gonna get into that. The working out side of things. But how's the sound looking? How's it sounding right now? How you doing? It's shells to you. March winner. Okay, bless. Bless. Yeah, let's just go in. It won't be too long today, but yeah, I just wanted to connect with y'all as I'm going through this journey now. On my last video, I was talking about this weight gain, like really focusing on weight gain, trying to get my weight up for y'all, because there's a bunch of us skinny, we want to put on this weight. We don't want to go plant-based and lose all the weight that we've put on. And I also have some football players, some athletes who want to adopt this kind of lifestyle, but they're like, yo, I can't do it, yo. Like, I have to be like 250, or I have to be 270 pounds. And it's like, yeah, exactly. Like, there's nothing wrong with skinny. No, there's nothing wrong with it. But there's just some of us, like I was saying about the athletes, or it's Chels too, she wants to put on some weight. And this is just a little journey that I've been going through to show that, we can put on weight and we can gain this weight without having to eat poorly, without having to go back to flesh, without having to do all that stuff. We can stick to the same way we eat, that high grade, high vibrational food, and we can still put on that weight. And this is just options. It's really just about options. Like, I'm not trying to say one way is better than the other. Just like, here's an option for y'all. And so this is me. I stopped working out. That was about 2.5, 3, 4 years ago. And it started because it came to the point where I was analyzing everything that I had in my life, right? Wholeness, Maita. I was analyzing all these things I had in my life. This is where you can say I was starting on my self-love journey, right? And it's like, what is it? What does it even mean to love yourself? What does this self-love mean? And basically what it meant to me is like, I have to analyze everything that's in my life, and everything that I do, everything that I partake in, that I consume, must be uplifting me, and must be aiding me in getting me to where I want to go, helping me tune into my higher self, helping me connect, and just helping me bring out the best of myself. And I played basketball up until about 24, 23 years old, and there's something about these sports that I'm gonna have to put y'all onto. Is like, a lot of these sports and a lot of this, like the fitness, the working out, putting on weight, getting the physique that you want, making sure your body looks a certain way, it's taking us away from our mission, which is to uplift ourselves and to have ourselves at the highest vibration as possible. And it's like, it was something that I realized was just a distraction. You know what I mean? It was like I had to focus so much on getting into the gym, and I use all my energy that I built up in the gym. So when it comes time to after, I don't have the life force to sit down, the energy to sit down and study. You know what I mean? I'm only really focusing on eating food to fuel me to look better. And a lot of the times it's not even for myself, it's for someone else. So this whole idea of fitness and sports, a lot of it is just based in, I feel, a distraction. Like, it's really trying to distract us. So when I came onto that information, I was like, I have to step back from working out. I have to take it easy on just going to the gym and just doing the same thing and just going through these movements mindlessly. And you know, it comes to the most important thing in our life. The most important thing in my life is me, right? The most important thing in your life, who's watching this, is you, right? So as we move through this life, as we navigate through life, everything that we do must be with us first. Like, we have to be selfish. Like, straight up, we must be selfish, right? So when it comes time to, when I was looking at why I was working out, it wasn't so much for me. I was just doing it because I felt like I had to keep up to a certain status quo. I had to, you know, keep my body looking a certain way. I wanted to look good for the women at my university, and I wanted to you know, stun on people. And it's like, yo, that is not fueling me. That is not uplifting my vibration. So I had to say, nah, we taking that back. And I stopped working out. Right? And even to this day, I don't even like to say I work out. You know, I like to say I work in or I train, right? And I train, and it's like I don't work out and eat. I diet. I don't diet and work out. I eat and I train, right? So I started to tune into, all right, what is it that we need, right? And we need movement in our body. So I wasn't going to stop moving my body. I wasn't going to start giving my body the nutrients that it needs. Like, when we move our shoulder like this, you could just look at that as a nutrient. It's something that your shoulder needs. It's something that your body needs for it to be performing at its optimum. So what I did is I stopped working out, but I started on focusing in and listening in on what my body needed. Right? When we work out, you could look at it. When we work out, we're working with things that are outside of us. Like, we're not listening to what our body is saying. For example, when we go to a personal trainer, right? When we go to a class, we show up to the building and we listen to whatever this person in front of us has to say. And when we show up, we may not be feeling good. We may know that what he told me to do isn't what's best for me right now, but we're going to continue to do it. And we're just going to shut ourselves down, and we're not going to listen and tune into what our body is saying, right? So what I switched up and what these last few years have been all about for me is it's been all about just listening in to what my body needs. And much love, March, for the I don't even know what that is, to be honest, but but much love anyways. But, you know, to tune in and listen to what my body needs. What does it need? And I stopped focusing on what I feel is needed from what others are telling me, and just tuning into myself. And this is something that I did in every area, every aspect of my life. Like, in every single thing that we do, we got to look at it and we got to analyze it and say, is this aiding in uplifting in my expansion? Or is this distracting? Is this helping me come together with the world, with myself, all this self? Is this helping me tune in? Or is this helping me divide and disconnect? Right? So now I'm focusing on that connection. I'm focusing on tuning in. I'm focusing on showing love back to myself. And you may be like, well, dude, like, you are back to working out. You're doing this weight gain. How does that work in? How does that make sense? How does that fit into what you're doing now? Well, it's a big thing for me. Is I feel I wanted to go on this journey so I could share a way that we could work out, we could lift our weights, we could, you know, put on that weight without having to lose a part of ourselves, without having to get so attached to that outcome, without having to switch the way we eat because we feel the way we eat isn't gonna help us, and it isn't gonna help us with our physical goals. So we're gonna, like, a lot of us, we compromise our spiritual and emotional well-being due to these physical goals that we have, which is backwards, yo. Like, it's backwards. Like, first off, we gotta deal with ourselves spiritually, emotionally, and then physically, right? So now that I'm going through this workout, this weight gain, this plant-based weight gain, it's like I'm making sure that I'm listening to my body as I go through these workouts. And as I plan these workouts, I'm making sure that every time I go into the gym, I'm not only doing the things that are gonna allow me to gain weight and to put that weight on, but I'm also focusing on my breathing. And I'm looking at while I'm doing this training, what's my breathing like? And how can I be mindful? How can I tune in and still be tuned in while working out, while being in this gym setting? You know, and I feel it's been valuable. I love it, you know, to be able to listen into my body and what is needed, and to be able to challenge myself, push myself to different limits in the gym, but still slow down and be like, how's your breath? You know, is your breath getting away from you? You know, and this is when physical training can become very, very beneficial, because it's really just a training in breathing, right? So when you finish a hard set, you just did a few sprints, you're tired, right? Now, how can you catch that breath? How can you start to breathe into your nose, fill your stomach, and take control back of that breath, right? Because when we work out, it's just another stress that's on our body. And it's a stress, but you could look at it as a good stress, as a eustress, right? And I'll answer. You guys can put any questions that you have into the chat, and I'm gonna answer them as I go through or at the end. But I'll definitely get to some questions. But it's like, it's a stress that we put on our body when we work out, right? It's the same way where you might, for me, my family's in town. We'll touch on the family. I go to see my family, and I go to see my brother who lives in a completely other city. I haven't seen him for about, you know, what was it, like a year, 2 years. So when I go to see him, you know, that same stuff that used to bother me as a child, it can come back. And I'm like, I catch myself kind of like oh, I just want to fight, you know what I mean? Just go back to those childhood urges of just, yo, let's just throw down, man. You're pissing me off, right? But when I get into that scenario, I look at myself and ask myself, how can I breathe? How can I catch my breath? You know, realizing that our breath is the breath is your direct connection to your nervous system. So we can calm down the nervous system from our breath. So the same way that we can go through life and we have stressors at the job, we have stressors from family, we have all these different stressors. Well, working out is a stressor in its own right. And how can we utilize that to become more resilient for ourselves? And that requires us to be mindful while we're in the gym. So while we're in the gym, we're not just going in there and just listening to music and just, you know, doing all that you can, leaving the gym and then, you know, getting on with your day. Like when I go to the gym, I start off with breathing. I start off with tuning into self. And then when I finish at the gym, I wind down with breathing. And I slow down and I tune in and I see, what does my body need right now? What does it need? And as I do that, and then I start to move my body in the way that it requires, right? And that's the way that I found that it's been powerful for me. And another reason why I started working out again is because I wanted to bring a little bit more balance into my life. Because, you know, I was physical my whole life. Right? Like let's say I was playing basketball up until 23 years old. And that's like my whole life was in the gym. I didn't go outside. I didn't do anything that was gonna risk me playing basketball. So my mind was like 100% physical, right? So once I came on this information that, yo, we're more than physical. We're spiritual beings. You know, our emotions play a part in our life. Our emotions impact our physical. Our spirituality impacts our physical. Then I was like, well, no more physical. If this stuff, spirituality and emotions is more important, then I'm going to stay on this side, right? And this is what we do a lot of the times is we slingshot. I went from physical, being purely physical, to being purely like spiritual and emotional. and forgetting about this spiritual side. Like, nah, that doesn't matter. You know, it's just the physical. You know, we gotta focus on the spiritual, right? And I forgot about the physical. So it's been a few years where I've, like, don't get me wrong, I still been doing my movement. I still been giving my body what it needs. Been like seeing how can I push myself physically, the same way that I'm pushing myself spiritually, I'm pushing myself emotionally to go into these difficult places and to see how I can come out stronger. I'm always asking, how is this aiding me? What is this supposed to teach me? You know, what kind of benefit is this putting into my life? So I was only focused on that spiritual and emotional, right? But now we gotta find that balance in every single thing that it is that we do. We gotta find that balance. So now I'm like, I'm gonna be pushing myself physically in the gym. How much can I lift? How long can I hold this handstand? Like, I'm gonna show y'all some of the stuff I've been doing, just calisthenics, getting in tune with your body and just utilizing your body and getting control of your body. It's fun. Like, I've been having a lot of fun. I'll share more with that with y'all very soon. But it's just about finding that balance. So now I'm not holding too much power into the spiritual and the emotional, and not holding too much into the physical, which is allowing me, I'm feeling like it's helping me to, you know, get that routine and just helping me feel more balanced inside, right? So when I go work out, what I say now is like, it's more of a fire workout. It's more to build that fire, to get that, you know, so you're feeling fueled and energized for the day, right? So that's more on the fire side. And just for what I'm asking from the universe, what I'm asking, what I'm manifesting, what I'm asking to be manifested, it requires that I have more fire in my life. You know, the fire is where the change comes. The fire is where the fuel is. So I want to fuel myself to, you know, to be able to put out this content for y'all. Like, I want to put out so much more videos, you know, and it requires me to be fired, to have that discipline, right? It requires me to, you know, to approach it with that, let's go. Let's give the people what they need. Let's give them that light. Let's give them that potent, high vibrational information. I need to approach it with some fire. You know, I'm opening up a studio, a fitness studio. I need to be able to approach this with fire. You know, with that, that's why I love hip hop. Hip hop put that in me of like, no one's better than me. You know, I'm the best. If I do anything, I'm going to do it to the best. You know what I mean? This is all me, you know? So approaching the different things that I want to create and manifest with that same fire. So I have my studio. I gotta put fire into that. We gotta create with some kind of intensity. You know, we're asking for a lot. And for the videos, you know, I'm like different programs that I'm putting out, ebooks. I'm hosting an event in Vancouver, a dinner party, which is like, yo, it's a lot of work. So I gotta have that fire. And I'm using these workouts now to show me the way, because when you're working out, when you're wanting to have some kind of goals in your workouts, you gotta have discipline. You gotta plan. You gotta meal prep. You gotta know what you're gonna eat. You gotta note down how much you lifted this time, how much you do next time. And you gotta see how you're progressing. So it's ways that we could use the physical to help us tune in to the spiritual and the emotional, right? So we just gotta know how we could have the spiritual, emotional, fueling the physical, and the physical fueling the spiritual and emotional. And that's just what I've been on right now, you know, and just getting back to it, yo. Like, we really gotta start to approach these things that we want to create, these things that we want to do with that same fire that these athletes are approaching their game. You know, the same way LeBron James approaches basketball, you know, we have to approach our knowledge of self, you know, our ability to tune in to self, and our ability to expand and become expansive beings. We got to approach that with the same intensity that LeBron James is approaching basketball. He's spending like $3 million a year on his physical, you know? So it's key that we start to invest, start to put money into our spiritual well-being, into our expansion. You know, what kind of courses can we take? You know, what can we learn? Who can we learn from? What kind of workshops can we go to? You know, what kind of food do we have to spend? You know, it's such a big thing on my videos. People are like, nah, it's too expensive for me. So I guess I can't do it. It's too much money for me, right? But just think about that. It's too much money. Like we're not even willing or able to invest in ourselves, right? Invest in ourselves for the long run. Like this is something like food, for example, is just it's benefiting us in so many different ways, from the emotional side of things. Like just when I change the way I eat, like I feel my reaction, the way I react to people, the way I just react in life in general changed. You know, just knowing that I have the discipline and I have the commitment to spend that money, extra money on myself, it just does something to my being. You know, it just makes me feel amazing to know that, you know, this is what's possible, and to know that, you know, that I'm putting love back into myself. So food is one of the easiest ways, the quickest ways to just tune in and to, you know, start to see some kind of results, start to see some kind of changes and benefits. So that's why I focus a lot on the foods. But yeah, man, much love to y'all. Just wanted to hop on here with y'all and connect a little bit. If you have any questions, I'm just gonna go through these comments and just, you know, see what's going on with y'all. If you have any questions about, you know, just anything that you've seen on my channel, anything with regards to the working out, the weight gain, and also the retreat. Ooh, we got the retreat coming up. It's coming up in May 2019. And one second. So we got that holistic healing, high grade healing retreat. That's coming up May 11th to 19th. And it's going to be a powerful one. Our first one that we did out in Mount Kailash was next level. Like, I had to check myself at a few times throughout the days where I'm just like, wow, like we're really here, we're really doing this. And to see how we, like, we're creating this ourselves, and we're in the middle of the mountains with the best food that's coming from the same land that we're staying in. You're able to pick the fruits yourself, you're able to make your teas yourself, sour sop, like there's so many different things. You have Mark Roman with the meditations. Just, it's a powerful moment. But let me get in. I saw a question here. Thank you so much. I no longer feel the pressure to go to the gym. We do not need to go to the gym, y'all. Like, we really do not. There's so much that we can do without having to go to the gym that is gonna benefit us so much. Like, in your living room, there's so much that you can do. So don't feel like you have to go to the gym. Don't feel bad about that stuff. And, you know, just be able to listen to your body. But one thing I will say is that every single day, just move your body. You know, just go through the different parts of your body. When you have a little ache or a pain, that's just information saying, like, move me. Like, do something for me. You've been neglecting me. So we can look at the pain as a signal and just start to move your body daily. You don't have to go to the gym. Just move your body daily, and, you know, get that heart rate up somehow. Go for walks, go for runs, have fun, you know, play a sport. My cousin, Priest Kailash, he doesn't go to the gym, but he's out there farming all the time. He's out there walking up and down hills, out there squatting, like he's doing all these different things, right? So you don't need to go to the gym. There's so many different things. And if you're able to incorporate movement into your lifestyle, like, as y'all can see, like, I have no couch, right? I just have that ball there, but I have no couch. And that's just because when I'm sitting down, when I'm out in my living room chilling, I want to be sitting down on the ground. I don't want to have a chair that I'm on now. I want to be able to sit down because it's going to help my hips. I'm just going to be more mobile and more flexible. So don't feel like you got to go to the gym. Let's see what else we got here. Thank you, A-Crew. You know, we all transitioning. We all could use a little support. So, you know, I'm grateful. I feel blessed that I'm able to offer you some kind of help on your journey. Any book, video, article recommended on raising your vibration? Ooh, ooh. There's a lot on this one. Book wise, let me see. I have my bookshelf right here. So book wise, I'll say this is one of my go-tos. Longevity Now. Can y'all see that? It's kind of bright. It's kind of bright. But this Longevity Now book by David Wolf is amazing. Here's my bookshelf right here. I'll turn the camera around so y'all can see. So like, basically any one of these books here is gonna be helping you tune in. But I'm gonna show a few select ones that I really love. So this is one, the book by Alan Watts. Ooh, on the taboo against knowing who you are. You know, because that's the biggest taboo these days, is just us getting to know who we are. So that's a good one right there. Let's see here. Oh, this book. Yo, y'all gotta read this book. The name is corny. The book on total sexy health is corny, but it's one of the best books that I have in terms of, you know, it's basically just raising your vibration is just knowing where you want to be at, knowing what level you want to vibrate at, and then gaining the tools to be able to do that. Right? That's all it is raising your vibration. You got to know where you want to be at, you got to know when you're not there, and you got to know how to get there. Right? So all these books, this book is going to help you food-wise to raise your vibration. You know, the Alan Watts book is just going to help you intellectually to understand the concepts so you won't feel bad, and so you can understand how we've been programmed our whole life to be at this low level of vibration, to dealing with our root chakra and not really, you know, flowing from our crown and worry about that, focus on that connection. So that's a book. So a few people I really love. One is Mariam Hasna. She's amazing when it comes to information about raising your vibration. She's one, Mariam Hasna. Number two, Savan Bomar. Potent. If you all are interested, send me a message and I'll send you some of my favorite videos, because I have a playlist of this kind of stuff. So that's one. So we got the book, we got the video, the article. Oh, an article which I really love. It was called The Solitude of Leadership. And it was just the importance about us being able to be with ourselves and being able to spend time with ourselves, so we're able to understand what it is that we want and we're not always influenced by what others are saying. So Solitude and Leadership, amazing article. And you know, any of my videos too, man, this is all it's about, you know, just raising that vibration, get that smile on, you know, and just know what it is that you want to do and work towards that, start creating that. So here's a little something. Any book from Marcus Garvey. Well, Marcus Garvey has like a selected readings. You can order that off of Amazon. It's just Marcus Garvey selected readings, and you could tune in to what he has to say. Is powerful. Out them boxes, more and more each and every day. Eat, think, nourish, move, and be well. Heal the mind, heal the body. The rest will take care of itself. Spiritual self first. Totally relatable facts. Straight up. Much love, Cody. Much love, Jaden, Estate Girl. You know, much love to all y'all. I enjoy the quiet Zen-like workouts much better. The energy in your typical gym is heavy. Yeah, definitely. That's why I'm opening up my own gym, my own studio, because the gym atmosphere is horrible. Like, I go to the gym now, and it's just, I don't like the vibe in there. It's just, you know, it's not a place where you can go and raise the vibration. You know, it's like you want to go in there, you just want to do what you do, and then you want to leave. You know, I want to just be able to go to the gym and do my little meditation after, just zone in and chill out and just tune in. So, yeah, much love. I really want to go to the retreat for next year, but I don't have the finances. Hopefully during 2020. This retreat it's going on. It's going on for time and time because, like I said, it was one of the most amazing things that I've been a part of myself, and just anyone who came through. Like if anyone's on the line who came through, let the people know it was a powerful time. So it's just amazing journey that we went on, the Journey Beyond Wellness retreat, and we're definitely going to be doing that in 2020. But the next one is May 2019, and let's see, we got C Chambers. What's good? What's your name, C Chambers? You wanted to give a shout out? What's your name? Where are you from? Spread that love a little bit. But yeah, so that's what I've been on, a little update of going on with me. Got that event coming up next Friday or this Friday, a dinner party. So, you get to try all the food that I've been making. So if you're in Vancouver, you can come through, check that out. Ooh, blessed. I'm so excited. Much love, Crystal. Thank you for tuning in. I'm grateful for every single one of you all. Like I said, just like you all are so interested in doing right by yourself. So that's the kind of community that I want to be around. That's the kind of people that I love to be around. So just to know, it's like when I do these videos, I'm kind of sending out those signals. Like who can I attract? Who can I attract? Where's my tribe? Where's my family out there? Because it can kind of be lonely when we're on this path, right? It can kind of be lonely. So when I know that I have y'all out there, it makes me feel so amazing. It makes me feel so blessed. Thank you, Taryn. Your positivity, your ability to recognize my positivity and to feel as contagious is just a reflection of yourself. You need to be able to receive that, and you are. So that means you are that yourself. So, give it up for yourself. I appreciate your positivity. I appreciate your love. And yeah, so that's what we're doing here. And the studio is opening up. And this is just a part of my thing that we're doing is the studio, the retreat is so that we can take everything that we're doing online and we can have it in the physical, right? So when you come to the retreat, you're going to learn firsthand about the herbs. You're going to learn firsthand about the cooking. You're going to be out there. Like who was saying they wanted neem branches? Kevin James was saying he wanted neem branches. When you're out there, you can just go pick the neem branch, chew on the neem leaf, and you get to truly see what abundance is. Because as we're here, I'm spending like $4 on a mango. So that makes me feel are abundant. It's abundance out there. So when we tune in with nature, when we tune in on Mount Kailash, when you're surrounded by, one of the things that was waking people up was the mangoes falling on top of our guest house, because there's a big mango tree over our house. Like we're talking wild mangoes. We're not talking about mango tree that was planted. We're talking about Mother Nature. Some bird had a mango, planted the mango seed over there, and this tree has been growing for years. Mangoes just falling on our guest house, right? So it's just a powerful moment, and just we're able to tune in and to connect with each other, and we're able to come to a space that was created and that was, made for us to heal. Because a lot of us, we're going through a lot of things just from our upbringing, our programming. We're awakening to a lot of different things, and we're realizing that, the path that I've been on, that's not where I want to keep going, right? And we may need some assistance to help get us where we want to go, to help lose weight. My man Mark says this really, really brilliantly, is to lose weight metaphysically. We want to lose weight. We want to get rid of our baggage. We want to have our steps through this world. So when we're on our day-to-day, we want to have it so we're feeling light. We're feeling like we can fly. That those times when you're just so energized, so charged up, and you feel like you're floating, you feel like you're flying, you're just like, life is good, give thanks, That's how we want to be as often as possible. And we know it's not going to ever be all the time, but we want to be able to know how it feels to get there, and we want to know what tools that we have to help bring us there and keep us there with some kind of regularity. And with this retreat, we're going into basically all the different aspects of how we can get you to that point. Not even we, how you can get yourself to that point where you're able to say, this is my vibrational standard. You know, my standard is that I'm going to be vibrating at a level where I'm grateful, right? And from that, if I find myself below level of gratitude, what kind of tools do I have to get back so I'm up to that level of gratitude? And these are all just tools that we're tuning into and we're learning at the retreat. Mark Roman is just amazing with the meditation. Priest Kailash is just everything. Like, he does it all. And for me, I'm coming with that information, that food, and, you know, tuning into the body. And we're all just here guiding each other. You know, that's another thing right here, is like, let's guide each other. Let's look at each other as being guides. You know, as being guides instead of as being the one to take me to where I want to go and they're going to do all the work. Nah, they're just helping show us, you know, so we can accept that help. We can accept that, and we could utilize them to help get to where we want to go, you know. And yeah, it's so important. And yeah, we're back. But basically, what I want to say in this one is just, we got to start realizing that we're the most important things in the world. Our vibration, our frequency is the most important thing in the world. And we have to do everything. We have to put all of our energy, all of our resources into making sure our vibration, making sure that we are at a level where we're performing at our peak, or where, you know, we're feeling great. We're feeling good about what we're doing. So anything that I do, anything that I talk about, anywhere that I find myself in, any place that I find myself in, is all with that idea. It's like, I want to bring myself to the level, that vibration of feeling joy at all times. And I want to be at like my best self. I want to bring out my best self. So that's what the focusing, no matter what I'm talking about. Back, you see, they trying to stop us right when we get to that potent stuff. But nah, thank y'all for staying in, for keeping it tuned in. You know, y'all, yeah, so much love for y'all. But like I was saying, it's just so important that we recognize ourselves as that most important thing in our reality, and that we become selfish, recognizing the more that we do for ourselves, the more that we can do for whatever it is that we love. And yeah, so let's ask some of the questions in here. Someone asked if you have to be fit to come on the retreat. No, you don't have to be fit. This is open to everybody. It's all inclusive. That's one of the things that we wanted to do, is make it open to everybody. And everything that we do is going to have the ability to be utilized and maximized by if you're just a beginner or if you're an advanced practitioner. So whatever it is, from the meditation to the movement, any excursions that we do, we're going to make it so no matter where you're at in your journey, that you're going to benefit from it and you're going to get some value from it. So yeah, you don't need to be fit to get on. All you need to do is have an open mind, and you gotta, that's it, have an open mind and just be into loving yourself. That's really it. That's all, the only requirements for coming on the retreat. And then Crystal asked about if I've tried burdock root. Yes, I have tried burdock root. I used to utilize it a lot more, but I love burdock root, just internal cleansing of the blood, cleansing of the liver. And that's when you get that good skin, right? You get that good skin from cleansing internally. So when you cleanse the liver, when you're cleansing the blood, it shows when you have nice skin. So I do use burdock, and I do love burdock. And, you know, I find it in the markets by my house, actually. I'm just looking for, like, it's called gobo root. If you're ever in a market, if you see gobo root, that's just burdock. So y'all can just get some of that, and you can get fresh burdock. So it's pretty dope. What are your thoughts on black seed oil and that it can cure anything? Well, first off, your mind up here has the ability to cure anything. So if you believe that something can cure anything, then it can cure anything, right? It's all in our thoughts. This is really the most important thing that we have is our mind, is our thoughts. So if you believe it can cure it, it's gonna cure it. Like, if y'all look into placebo effects, the placebo effect is just as effective as a lot of these different medicines that they're using in the pharmaceuticals. It's blowing up right now. But check out the placebo effect. It just shows how our mind is that powerful. So if you think it can, it will, and it's going to. But my thoughts on black seed, I have not used it. And I'm actually getting some shipped to me this week. So I'm gonna be utilizing it really soon. And I'll give you guys my feedback on it. 1 second. I'll give you my feedback on it. And, you know, but one thing is, I think that's an important point, is just to recognize that our thoughts are the most important thing. So let's not look for all of these external things, all of these herbs, these things to cure us. Let's focus on how we can cure ourselves. How can we get into that mindset, that mind state where we're curing ourselves, where we're helping ourselves along. You know, that's why it's so important to tune into self. And that's why I was saying that it's a distraction when you're only working out for the physical, because it's the mind that's doing all the work, that can do the most. So we got to tune into this, and we got to really get right within anything that we want to see happen in the physical. We got to first work with it inside, in the invisible, in the ways that people can't see. So whatever it is that you want to cure, you got to come inside, and you got to think that, you know, this is going to pass. This is going to heal. I'm going to be learning from this. Whatever it is that's needed for me to do to let me get past this is going to show up to me, and I'm going to find it. And, you know, this is all a learning experience, you know. So while we're going through these scenarios, whatever it is, we don't have to go through it with we don't have to go through it on that low vibrational state. We can realize that all of this is just tests, you know, and then how are we showing up? And that's the most important thing, is how are you showing up? So, you know, it is blessed. How am I preparing for the holidays food-wise? Are you making your own dishes? Yeah, I do. I'm always cooking. So I always love to bring food wherever I go. And I always love to bring food wherever I go. And when it comes time to be around family, as I said, my mom was in town, is that, you know, I make sure that I approach the dinner table with compassion. You know, I'm not looking at my family as like, oh, y'all disgusting. Y'all still eat that? You know, I'm not looking at them with disgust, because I recognize I was once there. And, you know, it's a process, it's a journey that we need to go on. So what I do is that, say I'm going to my aunt's house tonight, and she knows how I eat, and she's gonna make us food that's gonna be in tune with how I like to eat. So if that's the case, I let them know ahead of time. If not, I'll bring my own food. And when I bring my own food, share it with everybody. And I want my energy, my vibration to do the talking for me. So I want people to feel as if, hey, maybe I want to try what he's trying. You know, maybe I want to try eating, you know, plant-based. Like, something seems to be working with him. Or maybe I want to try looking into self and reading more and studying more. Maybe, you know, I want my vibration to do that. I don't want to have to talk to people, be like, oh, why are you eating that? You know that's bad for you. Like, I tried it, doesn't work. People just hate you. Hit us with your favorite chocolate bar brand. My favorite chocolate bar brand, I don't even know them off top, but what I will say, there's a lot of local chocolates. Like Vancouver has their own local chocolate bars, and what I look for, I'll just tell you what I look for in a chocolate bar. The number one thing I look for in the chocolate bar is if it says made in blank. Like, does it tell you where it's made from? Because I want my chocolate to be, I want to know where my chocolate comes from. right? And a lot of the times they don't know where it came from. So that means the cacao that you're getting can be a mix of this African cacao, Indonesian cacao, South American cacao, and it just ruins the properties of it. It's like a coffee. You want that one fine coffee, you can taste the difference. So the one thing is I look for chocolate that says made in somewhere. And I love Ecuador, chocolate from Ecuador and Dominican Republic are two amazing places for chocolate that produce a lot of chocolate. And I want it to be at least 70% chocolate, cacao. So 70% dark chocolate and made in somewhere, organic. I like it. I rock with it. So that single origin, that's really what I use for the chocolate. But a brand, if you're looking for a specific brand, is called Zimt, Z-I-M-T or Z-I-M-T, depending on where you're from. Zimt chocolates. It's so good. I'm a chocolate addict. I make my own chocolate. I eat chocolate smoothies. I don't buy as much chocolate bars anymore because chocolate is so easy to make. So yeah, there's that. What are some tips for staying in high vibrations throughout each day? Yeah, that's the big question, right? Because we always kind of, you know, have all these things coming into our day that are trying to throw us off. But my thing, like say earlier on this week, because I got so much going on. There was a time throughout the week where I was just like, I got so much going on, you know, and I wasn't approaching it with that same level of like, let's go. I was like, damn, like we got so much. So one thing that I found that helped me then was I just sat down and I just thought like, okay, where is this coming from? Why do I feel like this? And then I just wrote down what it is that I feel, and I wrote down what it is, like how I can remedy the situation, right? So I have a lot of things going on. So I just wrote down, okay, this is what I gotta do. And I just looked at it on a piece of paper and it helped me ease. So one thing I like to do is have a piece of paper handy and write what you're feeling. You know, if you feel that you're on a lower vibration, you could write that down and just, you know, let it be, let it sit there. You can come back to it if need be. So that's one way. But I feel one of the most important ways is to just ask yourself. Like I ask myself so much times, like, how am I feeling right now? Am I at my vibrational standard? And if I feel I'm like, no, then the tips come in would be you need to identify it. You don't want to identify it like 2 weeks later, right? So every day when you wake up, before you're going to bed, throughout your day, just take a moment to just breathe. Like, how am I feeling right now? Am I feeling anxious? Am I like kind of tight? Like, can I relax? And then I listen into my body and then I just do what I feel is necessary. So sometimes I'm just tight in my shoulders, right? I let that go. And sometimes I find my breath, I'm breathing like anxious into my chest while I just slow my breath down. Breathe in through your nose, into the belly, and out to the mouth or out through the nose. So just tuning into your breath every day. When you feel like you're kind of off feelings, tune into your breath. And it's amazing how powerful the breath is as a tool for us to tune in and to raise our vibration and to get to the place where we're feeling how we want to be feeling. So that's one. Yo, I love listening to things. Like, I love listening to Abraham Hicks. I love listening to Savan Bomar. I love listening to Sobonfu Some. I love listening to Amali Doma Some. I love listening to things that make me feel good. So I love listening to music that makes me feel good. Even D-Rock the Menace, some jazz. I like reggae music. I like to listen to things that are going to just help me get into that mindset. So if I feel I'm at a lower vibration, I just put on, let's say, Abraham Hicks, and I just breathe and I just listen. And then a lot of my times I find myself just, click back. I remember I don't need that. I don't need to hold on to that. I can just let that go. You can have that back, right? So I love listening to different things. I love tuning in that way. So there's another one. Yeah, there's, another tip. There's so many tips. This is life. This is like, this is just how you design your life. Is how you stay at a high vibration. For me, is like, as I have here, I have a candle and I have Palo Santo. I just light up the Palo Santo. Let it burn. Boom, Comfy Chris, let them know. Potent, right there. Comfy Chris. Yeah, it is still live, my brother. Get out in nature. So key, so essential, man. I almost forgot that one. Get outside, get out in nature. So, bless my man. My man, Gonzalo, lighting up the Palo Santo. He's the plug for that Palo Santo. But yeah, getting out in nature. So what I started to do is, since I know I want to be at a high vibration. I know I want to feel good, right? So what I do now is when I wake up in the morning, I make a point to sometime throughout that morning, I go for a walk. I just go for a walk. I go look at the trees. I touch the tree. I just look at the leaves, the color of the leaves. I just tune in to what's going on in nature. And that's so important, Chris. I'm happy you brought that up. It's so key just to get out in nature. So these are all things that we can plan in advance, right? It's so key. Get that nature walk in. But we can plan in advance. So every day, let's say every day at lunch during work, at lunch, I'm going to go for a walk. And I'm just going to, get some fresh air. Or maybe it's like you don't live by nature. So you can say every 2 weeks, I'm going to go out into nature. Or every once a month, I'm going to go. Whatever you can do, then we're going to, we're going to work with that. And just be able to plan in advance. So be able to know in advance, like, I know I want to feel good. So my man ran into a turtle. So plan your walks, wake up in the morning, have your rituals where you're lighting up your Palo Santo, you're lighting up your sage, have your rituals where you ask yourself how you're feeling on the daily, your environment is so essential, have things around you, have plants in your home to help you, get into a vibe. Yeah, I saw a turtle today while running the trail, and it told me to slow down and walk the rest of the way. It's amazing how just being out in nature, it's gonna show you things. It's gonna tell you things that it's just gonna remind you, and it's an amazing thing. So you can't go wrong out in nature. Where can you find the Palo Santo? If you look in the chat right now, there's someone by the name of Primal Sun. He's the one with the Palo Santo. He's got the best Palo Santo that I've ever found. So I don't know, Gonzalo, if you want to write your information on how they can find the Palo Santo, let them know. So yeah, he just posted his Instagram in the chat. So if any of you are looking for Palo Santo, like the big sticks, not any of those little like those skinny sticks where you gotta it's done in like 3 days. You get the big, that high vibrational healing. So we do give thanks for that. Give thanks for everyone who's tuned in. Can people with disabilities come on the retreat? So with that, send me an email. I'm gonna put my email. So send me an email, be able to make sure that we're able to do what it is that we need to do to make sure that, we're able to look after you or whoever it is the best way that we can. So, we're open and we're going to do all that we can. We're not cutting it off for anything. Oh, like you have a disability? No, we're open. So send us an email and, we would love to do all that we can to allow you or whoever it is to come join us at High Vibrational Healing. And let's see what else we got into the questions. Yeah, any more questions? I'm about to get out of here right now. So just he's no, he's not in Canada. He's in Primal Sun is in the US. But decided to bless. So yeah, just I give thanks for all of you for tuning in. You know, I want to be able to do this live. I want to be able to do this live stream more often, just so it's not such a disconnect. Like, I create a video, I film it, then I edit it, and there's no connection. So I want to do more of these so I can connect a little bit more with y'all. And what animals do I connect with? You know what? I connect with cats. I connect with dogs. I connect with turtles. I connect with all animals. I feel a strong connection with really all animals, but let's say or something, and cats. And the thing about it with cats is I used to hate cats. Like, growing up, I was traumatized by cats. But when I was on a plant medicine journey, I was right after I took a drink, tuning in, a cat came and sat down on my lap. And in that moment, when it sat down on my lap, I was like, I just felt the love coming from the cat. And ever since then, I love cats. So I actually want to get a hairless cat myself. Much love, Jamie. Appreciate it. So I stopped working out was years ago because I wanted to stop putting all of my energy fueling myself. So I stopped working out back then, but now I'm back to working in. So I work to tune in. So that's what we're calling it now. We're calling it the work in. I don't go to work out, I go to work in. So when I go to train, when I go to exercise, I'm doing it with that purpose of tuning into self, of listening to self as well. So I'm training now. You could say I'm working out, but I don't like to call it workout, you know? I don't. But, you know, as for me, marketing, I gotta say workouts because people won't really understand. Much love, Justin. I appreciate you so much, brother. I appreciate you all. Much love. So yeah, I'm about to get off of here. You see the turtle and the jellyfish. That's my bro who drew that. Amazing. I give thanks. But yeah, much love to all y'all for tuning in, for connecting. Like I said, I want to be able to do these more often just so we can have that connection face to face and it's not such a disconnect. Like, I recorded a video back then, posted a week later or 2 weeks later. So I'm going to be doing these lives a little bit more often. And, you know, I'm just like, I'm so grateful for y'all because this YouTube channel is more than just like some way for me to get out information or a way for me to make a living or a way for me to, let's say, a way for me to get famous or whatever it is, to get like social media fame. It's for me, it was like I had an internal calling within myself to want to share my journey. There was something in me that said, share your journey. Like, there are people who will be able to resonate with you. You're not alone on it, right? So I had this internal calling to share my journey, right? And I did it 2 years ago, right? And the confirmations that I've been receiving from all of you resonating with the information is so powerful to me. It's like, it's just confirmations to say, keep listening to self, keep tuning into self. You know, when you do those things and you get that confidence, you know, you start to trust your intuition more, and more. So these ways, this video, this Instagram, this YouTube is just like, it's such a powerful reminder for me to trust my intuition, to trust myself, and to know that you're not alone. You got a family and you got tribe out there. So, you know, show love, grateful all the time. You know, y'all remind me, gratitude all the time. You know, y'all remind me that we're all on the journey. y'all remind me so many things. Y'all teach me so many things. So I'm just so grateful for y'all. And yes, much love, much gratitude, much blessings. Thank y'all for tuning in. Anything to finish off? Nah, just stay in tune with the information for the retreat. If you want to find out more information, it's beyondwellnessretreats.com. Send me a message or just get in touch with me somehow. We could go on payment plans. We have 5 months left. So there's payment plan option available. So we're willing to work with you, however it is that you feel you need to come on this journey. If you feel that you have a strong calling to come on this journey, to go on this healing journey with us, then reach out to me. You never know what's going to happen when you reach out. Last year, we had someone who donated money so someone else can go on the retreat. So we put that money and gave it to someone else. And now someone was able to come, and their healing transformation was next level. So even if you think you can't afford it, you want to come, send me a message. And let's talk, let's stay in touch. Let's just stay vibing high, man. Much love to all of y'all. And yeah, much love. That's all I got for y'all today. I got so much more, but I got to go to this feast. So I'm grateful for you all. I honor you all, love you all, and just, you are the most important thing in your reality, all right? So do things for self. Do it for you. If you find you're saying, I'll do it for something else that's not you, don't do it. Find a reason of why you're doing it for yourself. Every single thing that it is that you do, find out how you're doing. Find out how you're doing it for yourself. How is this benefiting yourself? Self-love is the best love. All right, y'all. Much love, much gratitude. I'll catch y'all on the next one.